Howdy, welcome to the dev stream. Going to continue working on the broom we were working on yesterday and the day before. Start with the back animation. So, got that one. See what that one looks like. I think it'll be fine. I just want to get them all laid in first, so I have something to work from. Hello, Ron. Welcome. Let's do, so we got broom idle and broom riding. Actually, we've got a few more because we've got the diagonal animations as well. But let's start with the back. So, gotta find an animation that, I don't know, is reasonable. I think we can start from this one. Let's go broom idle. And I'm gonna grab all of the bones and delete all of the keys. Something to start from. And we'll go ahead. We've got the uni. Let's get our player. Get our player skin here. So player's very pasty because it has no color applied. This is how we do it. We do it pure white and then we multiply the skin tone against all of these slots, and it works quite well. So I'll pin the player, and then we're gonna put on the uni, I guess. Uni outfit. Go. This one's gonna be really weird. Just occurred to me because what are we gonna do about this? Like, here's her cloak. Her cloak should be like draped. Oh man. What on earth? I doubt we're gonna find a reference image for this. I'm gonna type in like riding a broom from the back. I'm gonna do it on my second monitor because I don't know what is gonna pop up here. Yeah. This is actually kind of interesting. So most witches are wearing skirts, and she's actually side saddle. She is. Maybe we've been doing it all wrong. I mean, no, I guess it does look a lot more classic to have the traditional riding. Okay, so here, this is a good reference image. So the skirt is just draped over the top. So we do have to find a way. There's a lot of sexy witches here. But we do have to find a way to just get that broom to come out from under the skirt. I think that's the only way. There's no way we can just pop it out of the back here. Nobody's going to buy it. It's going to look like a tail. Ron asks, is that Spine 2D? Yes, it is Spine 2D, esoteric spine software. It's served us well. All right, so first of all, we want her hands. I guess let's get the broom in first. First things first. Going to be in the holding item slot, which is pretty weird because really we wouldn't even need that because we're not even going to have the front of the broom, I imagine. But let's find our holding item slot. Holding item back. Here's holding item. Okay, so here's all of our different items. And I'm actually going to go into setup mode and we're going to grab broom. Let's collapse the skins folder, collapse the animation folder for the moment. And we're going to go into P. Shared. Here's our broom back. Drag that up into holding item. I don't exactly know how I want her to be holding this. I don't really think it matters because we are going to mess with it so much. But I'll maybe rotate it something like that. There's just no way we're going to be able to position it here. We have virtually no shot. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then we're going to key that attachment in the first frame. I'm going to make sure to key the scale. And now we should be off to the races. Let's move her hand where it should be, and we'll move her other. And just to make it look like she's riding, we'll move the IK. Oh, thing. This is going to be a bit of a problem. We'll see what we can do. So now she looks more like she's riding, and we are going to have to do some crazy stuff to the skirt here to get it to cover. There we go. Okay, it's not that bad. And then I reckon we'll just move the holding item. We'll move it up in the draw order. We should be able to take holding item and just move it wherever we want. But right here in the middle. That broom has to be foreshortened. It just has to be. And we don't have any bones to make it flap, which is unfortunate. Don't want to add them though. It's going to be so much. Wonder. No, that's going to look really weird. Yeah, we really would need a few bones there to make it properly. I'm going to have to scale it. So strange. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go into our attachments, and I'm going to make this broom just not rotated at all. I'm going to leave it perfectly straight, just so that we have a really clean way to scale it. I think that's going to be the... And go back into our animation. There we go. So now we can rotate it. I'm going to rotate it cleanly, numerically. There. Exactly. Now we can scale it wider. Look at that. A nice, clean, easy way to scale it wider. Or shorten. Right there. Like 50. Gone too far. 8. All right. And now in the draw order, we're going to move that holding item up in the draw order. Draw order. And let's go get our holding item. Somewhere in here. Holding, there it is. Holding item, I see it. Oh, it went away. Holding item. Here's holding item back. It wasn't too, oh, it's literally the bottom thing. So we'll move it up and up and up until, right until we get to the skirt, and then we'll put it under there. I think that's really all we can do. It looks so unremarkable from the back. But it looks like maybe we can scale her skirt down a little bit. And we don't even have a great way to flap the skirt from the back. So it's really quite limited. And was a 60. This is the idle, right? Yeah, so it should be a 60 frame animation. So we'll just go ahead and put copy all of our keys, put it right at 60, and then I'm going to grab our root and make sure we key a translation right the beginning and end, and then right in the middle 30 frames that translate up a little. Has a little bit of a bob. Okay, then I'm going to use the Hermite. Saravati, hello and welcome. Okay, and let's do just a little bit of secondary motion here. Her legs getting a little straighter, and then the skirt. Then right here. That might be all we need, actually. I don't know if I want to go too crazy. Whoa. With the secondary motion, given how limited we are here, so. The skirt already looks a little strange when it scales, so I don't really want to draw more attention to it. But she looks like she's just flowing a little bit. Let's add a little bit more to the feet. So we'll just keep it all on that one frame. Oh, we need some keys here too, so we'll just keep rotation. Go. Oh, all right. We need to put the those rotation keys. We need to put them at the end. Well, there we go. And then we'll just grab all the keys and make sure we've got that smooth. Okay, she really looks almost like she's jumping. So I think the way to fix that would be to take that initial key for secondary and just move it a little bit further back. So there's just, or well, now it just looks like she's pumping. Interesting. Yeah. Looks like she's jumping. It's very strange. I don't actually think that we can get away with the feet. It almost looks like the feet need to be a little bit delayed. Let's see if that will help. Yeah, that helps a little bit, make it feel more like she's floating, but I just can't believe the snappy motion of it really looks like she's jumping. So I think we just need to make it a little bit less here. A little bit less. Oops, they didn't key. I always forget about that. For whatever reason, the IK, you've got to key manually. I don't know why. Let's just. Oh, and I can see her skirt is just expanding a little too much here. So that scale a bit less, a little bit less, more subtle. Okay, see how that looks. Not great, but it'll be okay, I think. And now let's do the writing. So duplicate and do broom writing, and we've got a number of them to do here because we have the diagonals as well. Be right back, folks. Need to get water. Okay. Now we have the writing one to do. Man, it is just going to be so hard. Pretty sure that this one is 39 frames. So I'll remove all the middle key and set this one to . 39 frames there. Now, how are we going to make her look like she means business? How are we going to make her look like she forward? Man. Can't do that. Sure. Yes, we could maybe make her arms open a little bit like that. We could foreshorten the broom a little, like she's being pitched forward more. We could just fatten it ever so slightly. I'm gonna have to make the skirt flip. All of those keys. Now let me just flip between the two. No, that's not doing it. Definitely doesn't look like she's leaned forward. And I don't know if there's anything that will really make it sell that. First of all, this other hand. Now, what if I just scale chest a bit? That with a little head. Broom back a little bit. And I'll unscale the broom. Just now that and flip animations. Tough. I wonder if we can move the entire hip up. That might help. Oh, that changes. That has IK implications. Oh, it's the root, not the hip. Root I want to move up. And we still have that translate key. Oh God, am I in the wrong? I'm in the wrong one, aren't I? Okay, so we kind of messed this up here. Broom riding is the one we want to be messing with. And we want to take that root, and I'm just going to move it up a little. Now I'll grab every single thing and just make sure we've got the keyframes bookended here. And let's flip-flop between. Okay. That actually was surprisingly effective. It does look a little bit like she leaned forward. I think that will be enough. Now we just need to make the skirt flap. Oh. And it's tricky because we can't let her knees show, but we have a little bit of play here, fortunately. Rotation. What play do we have here? Oh, this one's not even rigged. Got to be careful because the different skirts might have different amounts of play. The skirts showing up. So this one seems to have quite a bit. And I'll just key that just because I know some of the other skirts and things probably have. Okay, let's see. Oh, cool. Well, that worked really well. Okay. Nice. Doesn't loop well. Like flap, 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 and then it goes back to the middle and then flapping again. I don't really know how we can solve that. Actually, the only way I can think of is if we moved all these keys to the beginning. There, and now flap, 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 flap. And then we need one key where we have here. So that last one's kind of a slow one. So let's just, that should be perfect. Cool. I wonder if it should flap even faster. Let's flap it even faster. So in order to do that, we just need to put more in. How's that? That's better. There's one kind of slow one in the middle. I don't know if we need to do that. I think we can fit kind of more even pace. Cool. Yeah, that's effective. I think that that's effective. I think it's going to look like she's zooming. I think, yeah, that'll work. Okay, now I'm scared, but here we go. I'm going to try the different outfit. Oh boy, that's not good. All right, the player. So, you unpin the player and pin to Mary. I want to try out the different outfits here. So that looks very odd. We're gonna have to. I guess some of them really cannot afford to be short. Oh, whoa! That is horrific. That is literally horrifying. That is a horrifying thing. No, absolutely not. No, no. All right, so we have to take that top bone, and it's very scaled. We have to unscale it to some kind of reasonable amount. And copy paste it. And how's it gonna go? Okay, so the other ones look better now. And that one looks okay. Odd. That is foul. That is literally foul. Fortunately, that one's cut from the game. So here we've got another issue. We just have to make her thighs smaller. And what that's going to do is that's going to straighten out her knee. And it should hide her knee better behind anything that we have there. So let's we that in. And it's kind of weird that her legs aren't bent at all. It's actually extremely weird. Let me try. Oops. Off abort. On here. Translate here. Let me translate the leg in a little bit. Just a little bit. Just so she doesn't look like her legs are completely straight. Bad for silhouette. Has to be symmetrical. Also can't look like the ridiculous. That's tolerable, not ideal. That she looks like she got chicken legs now. See. Okay, that one looks tolerable. Winterfest. Okay, this one actually looks pretty good. I'm surprised at how well it cloak back there. I definitely think the broom needs to be, the art needs to be changed a little bit. I'm surprised at how bad some of them look. Like all the ones I thought would be fine look the worst. Yeah, it's really surprising how much cloak we can leave. It's almost like I don't even think I need to scale this. I think I was just wrong about that. I think we can just leave it. I think we can leave this at a scale of 1. It's like it looks fine. That looks fine. I don't think that even looks bad. All right. Thank you, eggplant on. Eggplant on toast. That makes way more sense than eggplant on. Thank you for playing the demo. I really appreciate that, and I'm so glad to hear that you like it. I think we're gonna leave the skirt full. Then it makes these look. This one is just never gonna look right. Clearly, this is like just cursed. Outfit is completely cursed from the back. absolutely awful. But hopefully it'll be okay. This one looks great. No problem here. This one looks totally fine. It looks a little bit stupid because I cannot stop this chicken leg thing from happening. Surprising, but I don't think it's too bad. And this one, I think, definitely looks much better now. Passes. That one's pretty good. Again, these short tunic skirts look absolutely ridiculous on the broom, but what can you do? This one actually looks shit awesome. Happy about that. One looks good too. Okay, cool. So we just have a couple that look a little funky, but they're not too egregious. Roll with it. Let me dangle her feet down a little bit more. Oh yeah, and on the other ones, we actually were like kind of dangling her feet. Her feet were dangling while she was riding, just so she looks a little bit looser. Maybe we'll get, here's on the left, we'll copy that keyframe, paste it at the end. Here's the right one. Okay, and here's the left one, right one. Here's the left one and the right one. And on the right one, that's not good. Oh, no, that's correct. Okay, we're good, we're good. Here we go. Let's see if her leg looks like it's flapping in the wind. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, her leg is definitely dangling now, but it's a little bit too dangly. So I'm gonna take, when it's to the left, I'm gonna move it a little bit over to the right. I'm gonna overwrite the key so that it doesn't move quite so much. I'm gonna overwrite those. A little bit less flapping going on. I don't know. I think that might be still too much flapping. James Hello says, are the bottoms for a quest, or are we going to fly around? Are we gonna be able to fly around Glimmerwick? Yeah. We are gonna be able to get a broom. It's gonna be more of a hover broom, but it will be a broom that you can go fast on. Are happy with the hover broom because obviously we can't just let people fly wherever they want. At least not in our game. We're a little bit too obsessed with tailoring the environments for that. Not to everybody's taste, I know. Okay, we do. Oops. So like freedom at all costs. I guess we're a lot more beauty focused. Beauty and Grand Garden. This one is a little bit off. Let's see if we can. I guess it's all right. Okay, how does that look? Okay. Okay. It'll work. I'm sorry, guys. I've been yakking and my audio has been muted. In my mind over here. Sorry, guys. James says, is there anything secret in the demo the players haven't found yet? Don't know. I'm sure there's something, but it's probably not a big thing. Are you Wombat, by the way? Is this the same James? Let's go to the other animation and just make sure everything is shipshape in this one. So I want to just make sure we have the correct. So it's not skirt side, it's just skirt back like this. Awesome, awesome. And I saw a bunch of other things that were the side versions, like no beard is correct. We want it to be no beard. Because I guess you would never see the beard from this angle, although had a big enough beard, but I don't know. I don't know how we're handling that. Hair looks correct, and we want hat, not hat side. Cool. And I will actually pin a hat as well. That is a massive hat. Wow, look at that. We have an issue with this hat. Oh, no, actually, I might have fixed it already. We might have had to do the hat hair. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so there's hair one. There's hair one hat. That's not good. It doesn't have the bun cut off. I'm pretty sure that we have a hat conflict here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not, because maybe we make the hairs disappear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll just have to test it. Anyway, go with this hat. And I just want to make sure to save that we've got the hat side going, if hat indeed even has a side. No, it doesn't look like it does. It moves. So maybe the hair would be better. Okay. And now, cool. Seems good. It's just maybe we want to move the broom a little bit more this way. And I don't know, maybe we can get away with a little bit more rotation as well to make more of a silhouette. That is like such a tiny broom. It's crazy how tiny it looks. .25. And let's go 1.3 and just 0.8. I don't know why it looks so tiny. Minuscule. That looks a little bit better. See everything. Okay. And then I want to go to the animations and make sure that this one also is full size because it just looks so tiny. From a silhouette perspective. And we will be making the broom a little bit fuller as well. In fact, let me do that right now. Here's the broom. Let's just make it a little bit bigger and fuller because it was just too insignificant there. Let's make the handle a little bit thicker. Just went over 2 pixels to the left, and then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, and then I want the bushy part at this end to be just much more substantial. So I'll just put a layer underneath, and we'll just beef this fellow up here. Really beef this thing up. Make it extend a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll grab this smaller ones. I'm just doing this with a mouse. It's pretty ghetto, but I'll maybe make a couple lighter strands as well. And Jacqueline will make this much prettier, but just something to start with. I don't really like the shape of it. I'm going to cut off a little bit over here. There. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And then I'll cut in a little bit here. Want a more dynamic silhouette. And then I sort of need to rebuild some of these strands again. Jacqueline's will. Okay. But just as a proof of concept, I just want it to look somewhat not terrible. And I do want those bumps for the silhouette. Go. Much better. And I'll save that. Oops, it's not checked out. So we got to go broom PSD. We got a lot of files to check out. Actually going to be rather annoying. Oh no. Spine projects, and sprites. Got to go held prop source files, and we got to go to broom and check out all the different subfolders. Check those out. Front. And here we already have broom PSD. We just don't have broom back. Oh, broom back's not even marked for add. Sure to mark that one for add. Gotta go into orders. Broom back and broom. Go into back. On. Back. And we gotta crack that open. We gotta find that. Broom, broom back. Okay, now they're all checked out. And I'm just gonna call this broom work. Oh, we've got a spam filth. Got a maggot. Let me see if I can remember how to ban maggots. Permaban. I wish I could ban them from planet Earth, but I cannot. Thank you, Mythic. Like the hat. Oh, there's even more broom work. Oh my gosh, I have multiple check-ins of broom work. Look at all this. I did not check any of this in. Cool. Okay, let me delete that broom work check list, change list. That's the word I'm looking for. And go back. And now we have to actually save. So let me get the front of the broom. Export, quick export as PNG. And overwrite, replace it. Yep. And gotta do the other one. Export, PNG, broom back, overwrite. Okay, we're 1/3 of the way done. Export PNG. Gotta go into front. Really should be an easier way to do this. Broom back, save, replace it, yes. Export, save, replace it, yes. Oh, that's read only? Why? Broom is read only. P shared in front. Why is it read only? Here's the back, the front. shared. Because I have it checked out. Oh, it's checked out. Broom.png, save. You want to replace it? Yeah, I do. Set to read only. You're a liar. Properties. Well, it's not a liar, but I don't know why it's read only. Very peculiar. Okay. Export. Okay, that one's not read only. Awesome. So now let's go into spine and hopefully it will have updated. I don't think it did. Don't know how to make it update. I'm gonna exit out actually and open it back up. Okay. Rig update. Okay, guys, I'm going to be right back. Right. Let me catch up a chat. Altman be praised. Hello, says the YouTube algorithm blessed me last night with this game. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I am glad to hear it. Very kind of you to pop in and say so. Michael says, just watched your trailer. Looks fantastic. Thank you. Really appreciate that. You guys. Glad you liked it. James says, can't wait. All right, rock on. James helps us a lot with testing the game right now, so appreciate James. Right. Mythic, glad to hear it about the demo. Rock on. Glad to hear it. Okay, so let's go to our animation. Okay, so now the broom has updated. No. What's going on? What's going on? This is broom back. And Photoshop. Clearly it hasn't updated. Broom export, quick export as PNG. We're going to go in here. We're going to go to the back. Okay. And go broom back. I guess possible I just didn't save over it. Okay, well that was easy. it updated now, and that looks much better. Now it actually looks a little thick width-wise, which makes sense because we scaled the bejesus out of it. So now we're going to scale it back to a more normal scale. Awesome. That looks way better. Very, very pleased with that. I just wish we had some bones so that they go flap in the wind like. But okay, and now the diagonal writing, we can probably make that, scale that down too. Looks like, yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna just push it up a little bit. Okay, grabbing all bones. I'm gonna copy the first keyframe and the second here. Yeah, okay, cool. That's gonna work. The other thing I wanna do is, I guess attach the other side of the broom in the attachments. So let's go to the holding item, and we've got the broom back. How are we actually attaching two attachments? You can't have two attachments at once. So how did we do it for the other one? What did I do? Go to the 3/4 and go to our animations. I just want to see what we actually did here because I understand. Holding item back. That's obviously not where we put it. Go. Okay, so there is a slot called broom back, and it is underneath. Is it alongside holding item? Can you have two slots in one? I think you can. So I think that that's actually what we're supposed to do. So go fix that. All right, find the hand. I barely know what I'm doing in this program. I feel like I'm just flying by the seat of my pants the whole time. And I'm going to add a new slot called broom. It's not called broom, you oaf. It's called broom back. And in broom back goes broom back. Oh, and it shouldn't have moved at all. We want to detach or make it go away by default. And now let's go grab the other image, the broom. Images. And we want to go to P, paired. Get our broom. Okay, here. In holding item it goes. And I just want to make sure that it lines roughly with other broom. It does. I'm going to make sure to turn them both off. Save this thing and then go back to animation. Oh no, what happened? Oh, right. Of course, we need to make sure to attach both of them. So here's the back. We're gonna have to redo the draw order. Here's the front. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So let's key the draw order now. The broom back, first of all, needs to go down, 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 down until it just goes below the skirts. Then holding item needs to go down until it goes below, I think, pretty much everything. Yeah, I don't see what should be. Definitely should be. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Save. How's that looking? I mean, not for good, but I think it'll be okay. Let's get the broom back, or the holding item. Oh, we can't move the holding item without moving the whole broom. Okay, fine. Let's move the whole broom then. Save. And now we'll switch animations. Animation, and we just want to make sure, so broom riding, it has some work to do now. We have to rekey. Fortunately, got to rekey the holding item on the hand. And holding item, we just need to rekey both of those attachments. Of course, we also need to rekey draw order. Extremely annoying, but that's just the way we did it. So broom back is down, 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 down. We're just below skirt. And then holding item should be all the way at the bottom. Okay, now I want to switch between those two animations. Cool. It looks good, like she's turning, you know? Maybe we'd want to sort of rearrange her arms a little bit to try to sell the fact that she's turning, but maybe we'll just hold off on that. Sort of minimum viable product here. Now, oh right, we want to oh, is that really what we wanted? I don't think so. I think we did a lot of work. We need a idle. Scale that down just a little bit. This and that. Scale it back. What is going on? Yeah. Scale this back down. There we go. Sort of more normal level here. Have to. Okay. And now we want to get back to the item. Turn on the broom and back. Again, need to draw order, so the holding item should go all the way to the bottom. Top is our broom back, and it should be just under skirt. Okay, and now, also, scale is wonky on this. We'll just make sure it's an even one. Okay, so when she starts riding, the broom actually extends, which I don't know, maybe it's fine. Not sure. We'll have to take a look. But I think we have all the animations now. We need a diagonal animation in the three. So many different. Good. This is in its use now. All right. So in the 3/4, turn off our back. In the 3/4, we must make a diagonal, broom riding diagonal. So let's collapse all this. So here's broom riding. We're going to duplicate it, and it's going to be broom riding diagonal. Then I want to go to the run. We got the run diagonal, and let's just take a look at the run diag. One is more side on and one is more down, and it's a pretty subtle change. Let's go to broom riding diag, and I think all we need to do is take our holding item. Let's go to the beginning keyframe. Take our holding item. Somewhere in here. Not leg back. Come on, what are you doing, man? Hand back. We want hand front. Here's arm front. Inside arm front should be arm front 2, really? Okay. Hand front. There's holding item. Now we just want to rotate it like this. Nope, other way. So don't want it to be too extreme, but that almost works. The only problem now is, oh boy, of course her hands don't reach the broom anymore, which means we maybe need to just translate this up. Our hands reach the broom. So we want to put it at the beginning. No. Translate that up. Come on. And then key the translation. Make sure it's keyed and then put one at the end. There we go. I don't think there's too much we need to do there. I think that that's pretty much it. Definitely looks a little bit weird, like her broom is a little bit high up. So let's flip between the diag and the... That's almost like the broom feels like it needs to get foreshortened. So let's shorten it and then maybe even it that way. Yes, copy all that work and at the end. And yeah, somehow that looks better. Whoa, not that. It's weird that it shifts in her hands. I don't like that. So we definitely need to address that. So in order to address that, I don't know, I guess we just need to like pull down this shoulder, but now we got this weird shoulder issue. Yeah, it's kind of helps sell the illusion though that the perspective is changing. We'll just keep it. And potentially if we just rotate it a little less, maybe that could be good. Okay. Got 340, let's go like 343. Master Agent, hello, asks what engine is this? So we are working in a middleware called Spine. The engine we use for our game, which is Songs of Glimmerwick, the Witch Academy RPG, or the magic of the world is music. I link to it there in the chat. Check it out. For that we use. All right, so I just want to copy that rotation to the end. It does seem like the broom is awfully high, like sticking high up. It really does feel like it should be more like here. But I just don't know how we're going to get tricky. Oops. I mean, the only way I can think of is like, could rotate her arm a little bit. I guess that kind of works. And then we could unrotate broom. But it's not really doing that much for us. To get it lower. But I don't know, it's something. Okay. Let me copy every single key and paste it at the end. Okay, yeah, I do think that that works a little bit better. Let's flip between the two animations. So it really does look like the broom is shifting backward. So let's push it more forward and then copy that translation. and then flip between the two. Yeah, it still seems like the broom could move forward. I don't know if that change took. I think it didn't. I think that that's why. And then, yeah, that's better. I think that's going to work. I think it's going to work. I'm just going to export it. I think we've done a lot of good stuff. So we've got broom riding, dag. That's all the diagonals we need. Let's export. Cool. Sweet. And then I'm going to try to get it so that we can override her animation. Unity. What was for dinner tonight? We had pizza. Actually, that was kind of like lunch, but in between that, now I've just been this massive M&M cookie I got. It was like probably, I want to say this big, and I've just been eating it for like the last 6 hours. Probably 1,000 calories a cookie. All right, it's within a reasonable diet, as long as you just don't eat anything else all day. Not gonna do. Wertupt, thank you very much for the follow. Also, Master Agent Miyazaki, I appreciate the follow. I'm sorry I didn't hear it. I think I had my audio off. Altman, if you're still around, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I missed that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I eat so much garbage. I wouldn't eat so much garbage if it didn't taste so good. I also feel like I eat worse now that I'm working more. I'm working more and I basically don't have any free time right now, so I feel like when I eat, I just really want it to be like the best thing ever. Oh. If only one day. I'm really excited to finish the game. I mean, it's very exciting, obviously, to be finishing the game, but I'm also just very excited to have the game finished. So that have chillness again. That life can be more chill. Although it's probably not going to be that chill for a while because, of course, we have my wife Jacqueline is pregnant with our second baby, and they're coming. The baby is coming any day now. Any day in the next 3 weeks. The best and worst part of being an adult, no one can stop you from eating cake for breakfast and ice cream for dinner, right? I know. It's mostly good. I like being able to eat what I want. I have put on quite a bit of weight, but fortunately, it seems like I can pretty much eat to satiety and eat. I wouldn't say as much garbage as I want, but like probably 70% as much garbage as I want. And I seem to just kind of naturally hang out at whatever I'm at now. It isn't the end of the world. It's a good price to pay. Just a little bit of extra chub for being able to price I'll pay. I'm sure that threshold will. I'm sure 8 years from now, I'll eat to the same levels of satiety, but carry around an extra 25 pounds. Yeah, you could say that. Say that. I kind of feel like each game is a baby, so if by the end of the year, we'll have 4 babies. But games are a lot of work until you ship them. I guess they're a lot of work right after you ship them too, but then you're done. And babies are a lot of work once you ship them. But they actually are a lot of work to be pregnant as well. It kind of sucks really bad. For some people more than others, but being pregnant can be very difficult. All right, this export is closing in here. Yeah, this is definitely the gauntlet year, the hardest year of our lives, my wife and I. Yeah, I was going to say that babies are a lot of work to make too, but everyone would think of sex. Of course, I feel like that is a very small percentage of what actually goes into making a baby. The whole being pregnant for 10 months thing, that is hard. All right, so that has exported. And now I think that this Clary character will follow me around, but I want the player character to do it. Nathan Sweet says, slow sweet export, yeah. We just have so much stuff on that main rig, it's crazy. I think if I recompile, it will fix this. Spine exports extremely quickly. I don't know if you used Spine, Nathan. It sounds like you might have some Spine experience. Yeah, generally Spine exports really quickly. But we just have way too much stuff on there. We're like maxed out. We have maxed out an 8192 by 8192 Atlas. We cannot put anything else on it. And there's 3 rigs. There's front, back, and 3/4. And they all are pretty loaded. The 3/4 is the one that's almost maxed out on the 8192. I'm gonna recompile to refresh the domain here. Oh, no way! The lead developer of Spine. Rock on. I love Spine. Spine is one of the coolest softwares, I feel like. Loved it from the first minute. So thank you for making such a lovely tool. All right, so recompiling. We'll reload the domain. Sometimes for whatever reason, the Spine data doesn't update. All that, the Atlas looks all scrambled up until I compile. And I think that has to do with the fact that we have no domain reload. There we go. Everything's sorted now. So she is, has all the animations set up, I think. So let's get her to follow us so that we can actually see how it looks. Okay. Really hard to tell because she already looks so janky. She's not doing the diagonal, I can tell you that. Yeah, she's just so spazzy. Oh yeah, and she also is not using the correct idles, so she basically puts her broom down whenever she's in back view. But I want the player to be flying around. So we're going to try to replace this animation. Oh, thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. Thank you. James asks, why is Dean Clary wearing a mask? Since it's the convo test guy, that this person right here is basically just an NPC that we're test shit on. So we wanted her to, we didn't want to confuse her with actual Dean Clary. So we just made her wearing that mask, which is actually a magic candy you can eat later in the game that will change your head into various things, like a pumpkin or like that, whatever that animal was. I don't remember, goat or something. And so we just for the debug character, we just made her that different. So in order to replace the player's animations, we need these broom anims. So broom idle. Back idle, broom idle. And I hope this works, because last night I couldn't get it working. The run is broom riding, and then we've got broom riding diag. And the walk is also going to be broom riding and broom riding diag. All right, cool. Oh, and we have all these fidgets. We want no fidgets for the broom anims. There's no fidgeting. A fidget is just like a random animation that pops when you're standing around doing nothing. We don't want any of that to happen when the player's on the broom. Let's go ahead and save. Actually, I really should have pulled changes in Force. Let me go ahead and do that before I mess something up, because sometimes I forget to pull changes, and then 2 people have touched GameCore and don't remember what I did. See, look, I already messed this up, so I need to revert. I need to revert those. And James says, I managed to get about 10 NPCs following me last night. With the console, or just by doing the little interact trick with them? Lots of stuff to sync. Okay, GameCore. I'm going to revert GameCore, and I'm going to redo that stuff. I just really don't want to lose Jenny's changes by the interact trick. Gotcha. We still cannot reliably repro that ourselves, but we haven't really put that much time into it yet. There's just such a large list of things, and we try to keep prioritizing them, and it doesn't seem that people run into that bug unless they have the magic wombat touch. I mean, actually, people have reported that they're able to do it. Actually, Jacqueline's brother said he was able to do it, but he basically had to be trying. Quadrin is the toughest. Interesting. I wonder why Quadrin is the hardest. Okay. Here we go. So let's on the player. Now we need to add in Find Skeleton. I need to add all of those broom animations. Broom idle. Broom riding. Broom riding diag. Broom riding diag with no fidgets, no back fidgets. All right, so now I've made a function in the spine skeleton controller that will enter broom mode. And now I just don't have a way to fire that function. So I guess I'll just use the console really quick. Let's close all but this. Close all but this, and I'll just go to the console and I'll add a new function. Okay. I'll just call it broom. Ride broom, maybe? No, we'll just call it broom. Okay. And then I'll add a new void broom down here. And we'll just say if s tool, which is basically just going to convert the 1 into a true or false. Then we want to go player dot enter. Oh, maybe player dot spine skeleton controller dot enter room mode. Otherwise, player dot spine skeleton. And I don't know if this works yet. I just coded it before I got on stream, and I coded it off stream because my brain just does not like whatever my CPU power is. I seem to have about 40% of it when I'm streaming, especially when I'm coding. I can code easy stuff, but I can't code medium hard stuff for whatever reason. It's like I just can't think. I can't like read the code and like keep the linear execution order in my brain. I don't understand really what happens exactly, but I'm not a very good coder when I'm streaming. I mean, I'm probably not a very good coder when I'm not streaming. Really not a very good coder when I'm streaming. So we have that new console command. I believe we compiled, right? Dave, looks like we compiled. Let's see what. Interesting. I think that Quadrant is harder than everyone else. Okay. I give this a 2% chance of working. Room 1. Oh my god, it worked. I cannot believe that worked. Oh, you guys, we are cooking. We are cooking, except for that she's slow as hell. Room is supposed to be fast. I am happy right now. I cannot believe that worked. That is wild. I coded that so sloppy and I had only the thinnest idea of what I was even doing. So funny. Okay, cool. So that works. We just need that speed to be way higher. So I'm just waiting to get out of play mode. And we need that speed to go way, way, way up. And yeah, hell yeah. Excited. It looked pretty bad, but I think it's because she was so slow. She needs particles. We need sound. We need like a sort of sound. I think. Saeed, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you dig it. All right, broom. Cool. Even faster. I think even faster than that. So this is a draw order issue. Her glove needs to not do that. You know, when she stops, that's a problem. She's got that stop animation and the broom just like goes absolutely wild for a second there. I think that we're gonna have to... I don't know if I have control over that stop animation. I like how it looks. Looks really good, actually. But of course the broom can't break in half for a second. So I'm thinking that we're gonna have to... like attach the broom to a different bone. I also think players might want to be higher. Like it really looks like she's on the ground. And I think probably if we move all of the animations up so that she's higher up in the air, I think that that will work. Maybe look a little bit more like she's flying. So it looks like there's some weird looping issue in the broom up. But this is working, guys. This is gonna work for sure. Like when the first pass doesn't look completely effed, if it's like, oh yeah, it looks like she's riding a broom, that's a good sign. Those stairs have inverted normals. These ones do too. Wow. That's Altman says the broom has a kickstand now. Isto, hey, how's it going? Howdy, howdy. Isto has a great game dev YouTube channel. You want to check it out. So has great games, really cool stuff. Hello, game dev YouTuber. I want to actually talk to Isto a while ago, and I asked him about the latest YouTube video I just dropped, and he accurately predicted that it would not hit anywhere near as hard as the postmortem, which was great because that really tempered my expectations for that video. I was like, if it gets like 20,000 views or something, it'll be better than nothing when I launched the demo. And yeah, it didn't do terribly, but of course didn't even do a fraction of what the postmortem video. Broom plus potion of speed, hell yeah, make it stack. Okay, so let's do enter broom mode. Add some more speed to it. A little bit more speed, a little bit more. And then let's also take a look at what was going on in the back view. Player back. So it was, okay, there's the idle. Oh, well, the idle is broken. Probably because we forgot to bookend this frame. So let's grab that and put it at the end. Oh yeah, that skirt goes way up. It needs to not do that. So there's just supposed to be sort of a gentle. Actually, I wanted it to, the secondary action should be that the skirt stretches. There we go. That's what we, now the problem is I can see her thigh clipping through. So I don't want that. So let me select her thigh and just scale it down. That will straighten out her knee a little bit so that it's not clipping through. And then I'll put ends there. Now we, perfect. A little janky. Oh yeah, and the broom itself, there's so many broken things about this. Broom itself, which I'm pretty sure I'm holding on to right now, looks like it has a scale. So, bookended as well. Okay, no other jank that I can see. Go to the other animation, try to fix it. Broom riding had some real janky shite going on. Look at that. That's not right. So look at, seems like we just need a bookend this as well. Okay, there. Trailer's popping off. Yes. Trailer's doing quite well, which was so, to me, was very random because I feel like trailers do not do well on YouTube because the retention is horrible. I mean, it's a trailer. Like, nobody watches that through. I feel like people click around. And I don't know, the YouTube algorithm, like, you wouldn't think people would be clicking on a random game trailer. And I don't even know what people it's referring to a random game trailer, because I know that we should have a lot of referral traffic, but as far as I know, referral traffic is weighted almost nothing in the YouTube algorithm, right? Because it's so easy to get a bot farm to get a bunch of referrals from outside websites. So it's a complete mystery to me. I've never had a trailer pop off like that. I mean, our Eastshade trailer has a lot of views, but that's only because people are Googling Eastshade after seeing it on Steam. So maybe that's what's happening for the Glimmerwick trailer, but that's not what the data shows me. It doesn't show me that we're just getting a lot of like search term traffic, which is what I would expect. People are just typing Glimmerwick into YouTube and then they're clicking on the trailer. It's showing the normal traffic sources like home and recommended videos and stuff like that. So very odd, but obviously I'm happy about it. Good. And the game itself is going completely bananas. Not outside our range of expectations, but definitely in the very high end. I mean, we got 24,000 wish lists in like the last week. The wish lists are just pouring in and they won't stop. It's like 2,000 wish lists a day. And I don't even know where they're coming from. I don't know how people are finding everything. We had a lot of traditional press coverage. We were on the front page of IGN and a couple other big sites like Gamer and stuff, but I can't imagine that those are driving that much either. So yeah, it's doing really well, really, really well. And people really like the demo. So we're over the moon. Stressed as hell, but over the moon. Yeah, I think that we're going to get to 200,000 wish lists by the time we ship, because we're at 140 right now, 140,000, and thinking with Next Fest, and if the wish lists keep pouring in, I mean, they're not going to keep going 2,000 a day, but they're going to start tapering down. But they're tapering down really slowly right now, so it's like 1,000, then 900, then 800, then 700, then 600, then 500. It's gonna be pretty cray, I think, over the next few months. And most importantly, people just really like the demo. We're getting really good positive feedback and stuff. And our medium playtime is really good too. So like 48 minutes right now. So I wanted to maybe move the broom into a different slot because we have that little stop animation, and I don't even know where that stop animation is coming from. Is it in the basic, or if it's in the basic anims table? I don't think it is. I'm gonna look. Broom anims, walk and run. Nope, it's not in there. So I think that there's no other way to do this. I think we just have to make a separate bone for the broom, which is not going to work because we have all of the fishing pole bones that are child of the hand. You need the broom to flap in the wind. I don't want to make a bunch of extra bones. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, that's right. We don't have a launch day yet. Sorry, folks. Yeah, we figure we'll announce that a little bit closer. We're trying to use it to get some other, use it as ammo for some other festivals and stuff. But man, there have been no takers. Like, we have applied to a bunch of festivals and showcases, and we just have not had any luck with them. And crazy. Really hard to get in these things. I don't really know what the criteria is for. I mean, I'm sure they all have different criteria, but if it's like size of game, I mean, it's just hard to imagine that there's bigger fish with, like, you know, more than 150,000 wish lists that are just smoking us and filling out their rosters so quickly. But maybe it's some other criteria that we're not meeting. But we got so frustrated with getting turned down from the festivals. We were just like, fuck it, we're just going to do it ourselves. We're going to do everything ourselves. We had this master plan, and I had like the series of YouTube videos that we were going to launch, and then we tried to do press previews. We sent out the demo build really early, and tried to, you know, court the traditional media, and IGN took us. So that was like way better than any festival. I don't think there's any festival that would do better than front page of IGN. Maybe like Triple I think gets crazy traffic, but it worked really well for us. So I don't know. You have like plan A and plan B and plan C and plan D, and one of them works. I don't know what we're going to do about this. Let me actually look at the stop animation. Let's see exactly what's going on. If it's actually the hand bone that is doing this little flippy thing. Stop. James, that is wild. 70 hours is crazy. That is so crazy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Had the worst luck with individually judged events. Find they don't reflect success at all. Well, I mean, that thought is certainly easy on my ears after being turned down from every festival. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that they would. Of course, it's possible for your game to completely flop after getting, you know, 100-something thousand wish lists, but I don't think it will flop. But I'm glad to hear that somebody else also feels that way. So this is what's going on with the stop animation. She's just doing this like weird little hip thrust thing. And of course it looks totally janky here, but it works really well in the game, which is the whole, every single decision that has been made. I mean, this animation is only 15 frames. So the fact that her like skirt is stuck up like this is because we know that it will be lerping from other animations that don't have the skirt stuck up. So it'll just like appear to flick out for a second. So that's the purpose of this animation. But as you can see, her hand does whatever it wants right here. So I don't know what we're going to do, because that fishing pole, those fishing pole bones are what we're using to flap broom. So I'm just trying to think what we can do about that. It's weird because you would think that the front of the broom, my only issue really is that the broom is breaking in half for a second. Let me look at it again. Oops. Okay. Broom. 1. Enter. Okay. Look at that. See, why doesn't the front flip up? Why is it just the back? I really like the stop animation though. Even with the broom, I feel like it works well. I don't know if I'd want to remove it. Like, maybe we would have to make a broom specific stop animation. It does look kind of janky. But hopefully if we just fix enough of these little issues, it'll good enough. And I'm also hoping that people will just be happy to be flying on a broom, that it doesn't have to be the most beautiful thing ever. I don't know how we're going to replace the stop animation. Maybe let's look in Spine Skeleton Controller, and I'm going to just look for stop. So it's literally just called in code here, like called out by string. There's no like place really to replace it. So is it 579 called? Everything else is commented out. So it's just, this is the only place it pulls the stop animation. That's pretty simple. We could just check if you're in broom mode, and if you're in broom mode, then you just use a different stop animation. That's quite simple. James says, I've noticed last night, once you place a chest down, you can't pick it back up. Is that true just game-wide? Just literally chests are just broken? Or is there like no option? That quick. Like maybe we just didn't put in a modal for that. Give item chest 1. Okay, got the chest. Oh yeah, okay, so it's not a bug. Just we didn't put one. And I don't actually know what we should do to design that, because it's very inconvenient every time you click on it for it to prompt you. Do you want to pack it up? Because people are just going to want to use it really quick. Like, you can even use it like this with an item already out. So I guess what we'd have to do is maybe in this menu, there's a little button that says pack. I think that's the only way to do it. That's annoying. But yeah, that's the way we're going to have to do it. Option. All right, so I know what we have to do. We have to make a custom stop animation for brooming. What is the actual time? It is 9:42. Yeah, maybe at 2 hours I'll stop it. So let's make well, first of all, before we go doing all this stuff, I want her to hover higher over the ground, because right now she looks so close to the ground. So let's just add, translate. This is 517. Let's do like 557. Oh my God, that's almost nothing. Do a full 100. Go 617. 7. It's gonna be pretty tall. We do that. Not really. Okay, let's add 200. 200 to every keyframe. So here we're gonna add 7. Up to 7 here, and then up to 7. Okay, idle is done. Now broom riding, same deal. I'm just gonna add 200, and then I'll just copy that keyframe to the. All right, diagonal deal. Go up another 200. Move to the end here. Go up another 200. Save. Check if you can fly above barrels. So fortunately, and this is the lovely part about the broom, also the enraging part, I'm sure, to many players, the broom doesn't actually change a darn thing about your player's collision. Your player's collision is exactly the same. In fact, the walk logic is exactly the same. You are effectively just your avatar is simply walking like normal, except that they're faster and they're using a different animation. And in the animation, the player is levitating, but the player is not actually levitating in the game. They're just simply walking like normal. So it's a bit of a hat trick. And hopefully people are pleased with just the fact that they go fast. I'm wondering if we should add a little bit of like flutter here. Just a tiny bit, like, I think that could work. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's do that. We're just gonna have her float a little bit in the middle. Yeah. She looks like she's flying now. That's good. That's really good. Oh, James. Why do you have to do it to us? Oh boy, howdy. No, actually there's I remember because I copied the code from the swim, and I remember writing the line of code that drops the wagon whenever you enter into swim mode. Therefore, whenever you enter into broom mode, you will also drop the wagon. Don't even try. Don't even try, James. I'm just kidding. You're a good tester. You go ahead and try everything. All right. I know I can't stop you. So now I want broom. Here's broom riding. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to call this broom stop. And I'm going to see what we can do. So the stop animation is 15 frames long, so I know we want very short animation. So let's also maybe make like a 15 frame animation. And maybe just rotate her. I'll take her root and just rotate. It's not going to go well. Yeah, I can't. Maybe if I can. There we go. Okay. I honestly wonder if just that is going to make a perfectly good stop animation. Maybe her feet could fly forward a little bit, like right here. And maybe it would just be fun if get off that. If the broom just bent back here. All right. Here we go. Yep, I think that's going to be pretty good. So it looks really janky, obviously, but you got to remember it lerps into this really quick and it lerps back. So she's going to rock forward when she stops. And before the swimming and brooming. Barb's Basement says, I decided I wanted to make a game. Opened Unity and immediately thought I made a mistake. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I guess it's not for everyone. If it's not fun, then don't do it. I have the curse pretty bad. For me, I opened Unity and many other game engines, and I just all I wanted to do with my life. All I could imagine doing. I think that's going to look great. I think that's perfect. So we just have to make one from every angle, and we also have to raise her from every angle and add the bob. We actually have a great number of things to do, but I'm just so excited that it worked roughly. Yeah, I couldn't be more happy. So in the root, wow, this one For some reason, this one is completely different. I don't think I want to go up 200 on this one. Gonna make her float really high. For this one, let's just go up 100. I don't know what the deal is here. And maybe in the middle we go like to 150 or something. Thanks, James. Oh, you know what? Her feet don't flap. Her legs don't flap like in the other ones. So I think we've gotta make a leg flap here. Several leg flaps. And now just move them ever so slightly. We don't want to go too crazy with this. I will admit I feel a little bit guilty about making. Okay, it looks like she's doing heel clicks though. Can we really have that? I don't think so. I just want to make it a little bit less extreme. I feel like it's so fun to make games, and maybe the world doesn't fit. But I guess I can say that at least we make weird games. The games, same games that everyone else is making. Okay, and the back view, go to the roots, add 100 maybe. And then in the middle, oops, stop. Roots in the middle, we go up 50. Like, I don't know, 180 here. And I think that's it. Oh, no. We have more to do. We've got to also do the diagonal. Here we go. So we've got to do the roots. We'll go up to 131. Copy that keyframe to the end. We'll go in the middle here and we'll go to 180. Right. Cool. And then we just need a stop animation for every single side. So we'll take the broom idle and we'll call this broom stop. Wondering what the stop animation looks like from the back view. Interesting. She just kind of flaps her hands like that. Like, you wouldn't think that this is a person stopping, but again, like the way we made this animation, there's locomotion is so tightly tied to how it looks in the game that sometimes it doesn't even matter how the animation looks. You're just looking at it in the game, and then you're just making your decisions based off of how it looks in action, because you got to consider that we're lerping in and out of this really quickly. So I guess I had to do that extreme motion with the arms to even get her to look. Something was going on. Here's the broom stop. I just don't know what we could do. Okay, the legs. So it should be about 15 frames. So let's grab all keyframes here and just move this one to 15. And then I'm just right in the middle here. We're just going to kick her legs way out. I don't want to put them out to the point where the knee is poking, because check that out. That doesn't look good. So I want to keep them relatively straight. And honestly, I think that is going to be golden. I can see her knee pops right there. It pops. It's like pulling. So we don't want it to pop like that. Although maybe we can get away with the skirt going all silly for a second. The skirt just like gets really fat for a second, like the wind, you know, taking it here. Yeah, I think that's good. Cool. That's going to work. That's all we need to do. I think it's going to be great. And now let's go into the front view and also make the stop animation. I'll just check out her current stop animation. Wow, not very many animations in the front compared to the other side. Okay, so just a little funny shrug thing. Her head also foreshortens. You know what? That gives me an idea. I think that her in the back view, her upper body should foreshorten for a second as well. Let me go right into the middle here. Shorten it's just a little bit, and then I'm going to unscale her head. I just don't think it looks very good when the head gets small for a second. Looks like we need to put a keyframe for scale at the beginning. Well, it looks like we got a couple keyframes to do for scale. Sure to key the scale on the head. Perfect. Cool. And that little popping, I think, is going to be fine. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's the stop animation. So let's get our broom idle and let's create that and do stop. Okay, and I'm going to grab every single bone. I'm going to delete the middle keyframes, and we're just going to drag everything. We want it to be 15 frames right in the middle here on frame 8. Want her legs to kick out. Perfect. And in this case, I think the little popping is going to actually look good. Or chaos we can have during that stop, I think. And then let's go ahead and scale her upper body significantly. And then we're going to have to make sure to put some frames at the beginning and end here to bookend this. Her head. I don't really like when her face scales, so I just want to make sure to put keyframes beginning and end there. And then I don't want her face to scale too much. That's great. Work. Okay, so that's broom stop. Yeah. And now we have to export again, which is going to take some time. And then I'm just going to see if I can branch the code to use the broom stop animation instead of the normal stop animation. And I hope that that doesn't cause any mayhem. I really should search code wide for the string stop. Make sure we're not using it elsewhere. Fortunately, the export takes forever. But I feel like I have to at least try it before leaving so that people can see, for anyone who's watching, this extremely tedious and realistic game dev stream where I'm just doing actual game dev work in real time, which is kind of like moving a glacier. Moving a glacier? Like watching a glacier do what glaciers do, which is very slow. James says, I notice on the map it doesn't show a particular thing in the ocean. Yes, that should be on purpose. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh dear. How did you do it? Usual interacting trick, but by close to Martha. Oh, okay, so interacting with something that lets you walk through a kind of barrier, huh? Interesting. I would think that that one would be completely. I don't know what nav mesh connects you to that, but we ended up not going with the idea I had to use the player controls instead of the nav mesh agent when you pathfind to stuff, just because it was less risky. Jenny found a way to do it so that it doesn't do that super long async call. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. That big lag that we had whenever you interacted with something, Jenny found a way to make that go away with using the normal nav mesh agent stuff. But gosh, maybe we should have used the player controller, like to push the player in the direction and not even use the nav mesh, because there's so many bugs in that class of like interacting with something and letting the nav mesh agent nav through something that the player wouldn't be able to nav through. Walks between both beach barriers. Interesting. Oh dear. Yeah, and now a lot of people are requesting that we put click to move in the game. So you can imagine if people are clicking on stuff like 1,000 times as often, we're going to find even more of these bugs everywhere, unless we completely rethink how we're doing the nav mesh. I mean, we wouldn't have to rethink it. There would just be so many things that we have to do twice, the player collision and for the nav mesh. Okay, that export is done. I'm going to save it, and then we're going to go into Unity. And I guess I'm just going to go into our skeleton controller class, and we're going to search project-wide for the stop. So in scripts, there's compile first. It's not going to be in compile first. Just in spine skeleton controller. These two ones are commented out. This one is in spine output, so I don't care about it. Okay, so that's it. This is the only time we ever ask for a stop animation. So I guess we can just branch it right here. We actually don't have a bool for if we're brooming, so let's make one. Enter swim mode. So there's like an is swimming. Let's just go up here and new variable, and we'll just say is brooming. And then we'll go enter broom mode, and I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, we're just gonna go is brooming equals true. We're not even gonna check if you are brooming, because I don't think that we would ever want to not go into broom mode if we're trying to be. And I'm imagining the person who would be calling to enter broom mode would be the inventory system when you equip the item. So we'll just go ahead and go in is brooming no matter what. And when you exit, then we want to I guess we want to set brooming to false right here. Okay. Cool. And then go do that bit of code, and we'll just branch it. If you're brooming and you do one thing, otherwise you do the normal thing you always did. Except for this one, we're going to go broom stop, save. And I did call it broom stop, right? Broom stop, yeah. And hopefully I called it like that in every view. There's the front. Here's broom stop, back, and 3/4 the broom stop. Okay. Let that compile. Well, maybe it already compiled. Saved it. Okay, here we go. I'm really excited to see if this works. Just having the interacting distance. Yeah. That might fix some things for sure. Okay, broom 1. Oh, okay. Oh, it worked. Yep, it works. It's working, guys. Kind of weird she doesn't really do the stop anim. I mean, I'm not seeing anything. I don't really know why she... That's not the stop animation we had. So I don't quite know why she doesn't really do the stop animation, but at this point I don't really care because it still looks okay, so. She seems to do it a little bit from the front. Yeah, we definitely have to have sound. Okay. All right, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to show this to Jacqueline. Okay, cool. We did it. We made a first pass brooming. And I guess I'll just check if I can leave it. Look at that. Now she's fine and she runs at her normal speed. I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier. I'm over the moon. I want to thank everyone for hanging out on this very chill stream. And I hope you all have a lovely night. And I hope I'm able to catch some of y'all on the next dev stream. All right. See you guys.